We're going live. Ladies and gentlemen, on Friday, we created a video that literally said why the market is going to explode higher. There's a link in that description that we did on Friday. The market does explode higher. We do have our largest point move ever in history, 1,294 points on the Dow. We're going to talk about what that means for you, why every single analyst is going to be coming out from underneath their desks and defending their point of views now that they grew a pair of cojones with the market trading higher. We're going to explain that, our algo levels, and more. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. I have so many free things for you today. Free 16-minute on-demand video in the link of the description, a free psychology ebook in the link of the description, and so much more within, you guessed it, the link of the description. But first, I need you to just make yourself some organic tea, relax, look at the next slide, pause it, read it in its entirety, and then please hit play once you are finished. Thank you so much for reading that. So we did something very interesting recently. We literally did a video here on Friday after the market closed, and we literally called it Get Ready for the Quickest Rally This Year. We did that Friday, and we got, the quickest, most explosive rally this year. And I guess I'm still watching Tesla. We took Tesla calls overnight because there's a statistical frequency when Tesla closes right at the day highs, you gap up. I even did a video on that. You could see it happen. Last time that happened, 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 last time that happened. You see a point here, ladies and gentlemen? So Tesla was closing at the day high, so that was a reason for me to buy it. You see, when it comes to statistical analysis, ladies and gentlemen, certain things get disregarded. For years, traders, myself very included, would look at certain chart formations and say, well, this is this, and the moving average is moving here, and the moving average is moving there. And there are certain statistical frequencies which would lead to higher win rates if you were to follow certain technical parameters. But at times, you don't really need a lot of the technical parameters. At times, looking at a chart is almost like the wisest philosophers, the wisest rabbis and priests and from religion to non-religious people who would just simply ask questions. Much like the ancient astronomers, they would look up at the sky and it looked like a big light puzzle. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of light pollution. You think some of these, Socrates and everyone and all, you think they're looking up at the stars and all the New York City lights are drowning out the starlight. They look up in the sky and it's a puzzle to them. And they look up at the sky and they try to solve the puzzle. The same thing is similar, ladies and gentlemen, when you go ahead and look at a chart. And you could look at the chart through various lenses, various zooms, various directions, with all in all trying to come out with seeing something that potentially others have missed, and seeing something in order to reward yourself financially with your next potential trade. What I am telling you is I did a video last night talking about charities and a free strategy. Well, congratulations. You realize how many people my phone set fire? I really didn't, but it was dinging so much that I literally took took my phone and put it in my filing cabinet because people just kept spamming me. People are spamming me, ladies and gentlemen, because they are excited about our new pivot point strategy, which I gave to you for free. Not only that, the week before, we gave you our exponential 100 moving average, which has been working consistently all week for free. You see, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I'm in a situation where I can sit and literally put the answer right in front of people's faces, and they're blind to it. It's very common in humanity when you put something right in front of your face in which you cannot see. We could see the starlight from stars over 200 billion light years away. We don't even know if those stars exist anymore, yet we see the remnants of potentially where they once were, as the light has taken 200 billion years to travel to reach us. However, right in front of your face, if you were to look at your hand, you wouldn't see the billions of parasites, bacterium, cells, mitochondria. You wouldn't see all those things right in front of your own face. When looking at a chart, one must take a perspective of things can really be very simple. So, for example, the stupid Tesla. And looking at a Tesla here, when Tesla closes practically right by the day highs, and look at the last 50 times has done that, and you tell me how many times Tesla has gapped up. So right now we're dealing with a market which the Qs are down 2 cents at the moment as I speak. The spiders are up 7 cents at the moment as we speak, as flat as you humanly could be in a market like this. Yet the Tesla that we bought is up about 23 and a half points after hours right now. And again, um, if you think we're sitting here spamming you names, um, I promise you we're not. So we had a very good day here today. We did a video calling the dead bottom of the market, just really nice, easy, consistent trades, making easy money. Money will be as easy as you allow it to be. What I am telling you, ladies and gentlemen, is you need to surround yourself in an environment that is conducive to making money. We don't give a lot of trades. I do not throw out a lot of trades because I am smart enough and skilled enough and wise enough after countless years of failure to the people around me while running a broadcast to know what works for the majority of people and what fails for the majority of people. And what works for the majority of people is not to be super smart. As Warren Buffett said, in trading, the person with the 160 IQ doesn't necessarily do better than the person with the 120 IQ. And the same thing could be said for the markets here in this current environment. Sometimes keeping it simple and stupid is the ultimate form of simplicity and sophistication. As Steve Jobs once did, the late Steve Jobs, he said, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. And what Steve Jobs did was he took an iPod, remember those things? He took an iPod and he literally dropped it in a fish tank and he saw bubbles coming out of the iPod. And he said, we can make it smaller. He literally did not want air to be able to fit within that iPod. So he just kept making it smaller and simpler and smaller and simpler. And I'm literally from that mentality, I am no Steve Jobs, even remotely close, but the same analogical differential between what he says of what he's trying to accomplish for his products, I am sort of trying to accomplish for your charts. And what we have seen here is an ultimate, amazing form of higher success rates within our environment because we're smart enough to know that more isn't better. I'm the only person who runs the Newsbeat live room. I am not throwing a lot of trades in your direction, and I'm trying to keep it as easy and simple as possible while explaining it to you. Whether you're taking a simple Newsbeat 100% idea, like a lot of traders did today, and doubled their money, made 50% of their money. Me, I made about a third of my money at best. And the calls exploded. But I will tell you right now that we are on to something very, very special. And again, whether it's whatever it is, we're doing longer intraday swings, we're still doing our intraday hyper scalps. Whether you are following our earnings plays, and as always, read the top. Trades are for demo purposes only and for educational purposes only. And just following our trade ideas, you could be up way, way ahead potentially, in my opinion, only on a paper trading account. Wink, wink. So you see right here, just to share with you what we already, I mean, I'm in a couple positions here. Opened up C Limited, that's SE and Target. And the cute thing about these things are there are a lot of stocks that have gotten unfairly beaten up based on the recent coronavirus. However, if you look up Costco lines on Google, you're going to see that Costco lines are wrapping around the street. You see, the coronavirus, ladies and gentlemen, isn't bad for everyone. It is good for a lot of businesses outside the obvious corona plays like people who make hazmat suits, people responsible for the next possible vaccine. And what you had today was you had a name like Costco, who is reporting this week, by the way. I wonder what their projections are going to look like, considering that half their shelves were emptied recently with this whole coronavirus thing. Costco absolutely exploded. Costco was up almost $30 today. Costco. Comp play like Walmart. Did you see what Walmart did today? Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Walmart exploding. And of course, reporting tomorrow morning, as a disclosure, it happens to be a position I have, right or wrong, was also up massively today. You see, it was kind of funny. I was in Target yesterday, and I asked two workers there where they sell bars of soap because Melnick is sick and tired smelling like he hasn't showered in months. So I went there looking for a bar of soap. They pointed me to the aisle, someone else pointed to me, but nobody could find it. They had no bars of soap. So I decided that's good enough for me to want to go long on earnings if they have no bars of soap. Crazy, right? Obviously, there was a lot more than that. I was only half kidding there. The bar of soap thing is real. And then I also took C Limited here, and that one was doing well. And of course, again, Tesla overnight, which is, again, I don't know if it's going to gap up or down tomorrow. What do you think? I look at this and, you know, a lot of times I don't even really care that much if it gaps up or down because I know that my confidence is going to be derived from my methodology. So I even tweeted out right before I started this Newsbeat show. And again, you don't have to pay for this if you're a Newsbeat Live member. We give you all these things for free: our Twitter, our earnings, our 100% ideas, our overnight plays, our intraday plays. We private sessions, game plan sessions, group coaching sessions. We've made it all inclusive in one package. And, again, I really believe Wall Street should not be about nickel and diming you, but truly doing everything it can to help your success. So, literally, at 7:14 p.m. tonight, I said, confidence is not, I will profit on this trade. Confidence is, I will be fine if I don't profit from this trade. And again, I look up famous sayings. Sometimes I write them myself. Sometimes I find them on the internet. But I share these messages with my traders to ensure that their psychological fortitude remains high at all times. I know when it comes to trading that nurturing one's psychology is super important for ongoing consistency and success. As soon as you start ignoring it, it's not going to live forever and it's going to die off and you're going to turn very toxic. So you really need to be put in an environment that goes beyond buy here, sell here, stop here. That is what Wall Street tries to teach traders what trading is about. But I promise you, Once you actually get the psychological fortitude, all of that becomes very secondary to everything else that you do. You see, what's going to happen tomorrow, in my opinion? I have spoken to a total tonight of 0 Wall Street analysts, but I know the psychology of Wall Street analysts. And I know what's going to happen when they go ahead and they see a market like this that is gapped up. What they're going to do is they're going to all take their higher price targets. Remember these words now. There's 2 words I want you to remember for tomorrow when you're looking up every single analyst. You ready? The first word, number 1, we'll call it analyst word number 1, reiterate. We'll go to analyst word number 2, keep or keeps. Keep or keeps. Reiterate or reiterating, whatever. You get the point. Keeps, keep, whatever. Reiterate and keeps. Those are the 2 analyst words that you need to watch out for tomorrow, because what they're going to do is they're going to take all these FANG names, tech names, biotech names, all these names which they have higher price targets on, and they're going to reiterate their buys because they're in a situation where their jobs are on the line from a psychological perspective. All the names, the majority of names have headed lower recently, followed by the recent rally. And they're going to want to come out and share their 2 cents with the public after the fact that it already happened. Hence, Captain Hindsight, a very powerful force with the ability to predict that which has already been predicted. So, when you come in tomorrow and you see all these analysts reiterating everything, just remember that they're trying to defend themselves. And what that's going to do is it's going to cause a group of traders to want to buy into the market further. However, there's a critical problem here with the market. The same person who told you that we are going to get the sharpest rally this year, and again, I said this on Friday after the close, just so we're clear. I mean, it's time stamped and everything. Newsbeat show 563, February 27, 2020. We said get ready for the quickest rally this year, and it happened today. It was the sharpest rally ever in U.S. history in the U.S. stock market. Now, I don't mean to be Debbie Downer over here, but we're actually going to move lower if we move higher tomorrow. Now, I'm not saying we're going to move lower tomorrow, but we will be moving lower overall. So what you need to start doing is looking for algorithmic resistance levels. In English, if for some unknown reason the Qs can rally up until this 21 moving average and maybe even go to like 225, 226, and again, it all depends on the day it comes. I'm going to be drawing a lot more trend lines here, trying to figure this out. I mean, really, I would say tomorrow, I would even be more modest. If we magically get to like 223.65, I'll be the first person coming out and calling a short-term top in the market. All right. I'll play both sides of the same coin here, but I'll do it one at a time in sequential order, unlike what most analysts do. So when you see every single analyst, their parakeet, their pet hamsters, their grandmothers, their next door neighbors, the pizzeria delivery guy coming out and defending these names, and people jumping in, traders jumping in with FOMO because they're afraid that the market's going to go to all-time highs without them, remember that an up move from here can call the top of the market. And if you're in the Newsbeat live room, you're damn skippy. I'm going to be the first person to tell you when I feel that's going to happen in a real-time setting. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I have some algo levels for you. Copy them down, make out with them, call them back. This isn't a Tinder swipe. These are tomorrow's algorithmic levels today. They don't always hit, but when they do, I, Mark Melnick, tend to have an easy time when I do decide to play them, to buy on support and short on resistance, or buy calls on support or buy puts on resistance. Don't also forget that there's a free psychology ebook, How to Overcome Psychological Toxicity in Your Trading. We're going to charge you nothing for that. Not only that, there's an on-demand video inside the link of the description. We're going to charge you nothing for that. You see, your ultimate success should be the goal of every single guru out there. A guru, a mentor, somebody you look up to in the trading world should work tirelessly for your success. It shouldn't be about throwing 100 darts at your face, hoping that one of them hit. In fact, it should be a carefully calculated move because your money is on the line. Think about it. You go ahead and you trade 20, 30 names, 10 names in a single day even. Think about it. You're like that. You're like my ex-wife going into a shopping mall with a credit card and swiping every single thing you see because there's a new this and a new that and a new this and a new that and a new this and a new that. By the time you're done, you're walking out like a clothes rack with your arms with a bunch of bags on each arm and you're like sitting there, walking, you quadrupled your body weight with luggage and bags that you bought. Or you could be the savvy shopper, like Mark Melnick when he goes inside a shopping mall looking for a pair of socks. He goes in, he goes right to Champs. He sees the 12 pack of ankle cut sports socks. He gets black socks, not white, because white would turn dirty too quickly, and black is more stylish. So he goes for the black socks. He swipes his credit card and he beelines to the exit, not the local ice cream stand or pretzel stand or suit store was able to lure Mark Melnick forward. Mark Melnick had a purpose, and he went there, and he executed upon the purpose, and he got the expletive out of that mall as quickly as humanly possible. The same thing applies to your trading, ladies and gentlemen. You need to enter the market, find out what works for you, hit it, quit it, walk away, and repeat the next day. I hope you guys enjoyed this Newsbeat show. Happy trading, make money, and I will see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.